looking at learning the pistol squat, but you feel like you are miles away from it. In this video, I'm not just going to show you exercise regressions. I'm going to pinpoint exactly where you are having trouble with your mobility, as mobility is probably one of the key things to be able to perform the pistol squat correctly. So there are two major joints that contribute to the pistol squat. The first one is ankle mobility. If you haven't got the mobility in your ankles, then it's really hard to perform the pistol squat. As when you're doing the pistol squat, your knee needs to go over your toe. So this is ankle dorsiflexion. If you haven't got good ankle dorsiflexion, then your pistol squat might look a bit more like this. So to know if you've got bad dorsiflexion, and that could be the reason why you can't do your pistol squat, here's a quick test. So you're going to go against the wall, you're going to have your one foot in front, you're going to grab a tape measure, and you're just going to try and get your knee to the wall. If you can't reach it from this distance, what you should do is just move your toe forwards. And the key thing here is trying to keep your heel on the floor while you lean forwards. So for me, I have to come back a little bit and then lean forwards. You see how my heel is still on the floor and I'm touching the wall just about. So I'm going to take the measurer. I'm going to put on the wall to my toe. And mine is about 4 centimeters. Now, if you are anything below 4 centimeters, then you need to do these two next exercises that are going to help your flexibility in your ankle dorsiflexion and hopefully get you doing that pistol squat that little bit sooner. The first exercise we have is calf raises. So you're going to stand on a step with your toes on the edge of it, and you're just going to pause at the top of the movement, come up on your tippy toes, and then you're going to come all the way down, bring your heel as close to the floor to get a nice stretch in your calf, and then back up. This is a great one to stretch out your calf as well as strengthen it, which in return is going to help with the mobility of it. I'm showing it single leg, but if you are a beginner, then maybe doing your toes together at the same time will benefit you more, and then you can progress to a single leg calf raise. The next exercise you should add to your routine to increase your ankle mobility is the AGT. I love this one. So if your ankle mobility is really bad, then what I suggest you to do is raise your foot either on a box or a bench. You're going to grab a kettlebell, 8 kilos to 16 kilos is fine. And you're going to place the kettlebell on your knee. And the key thing is to try and get that knee over your toe as much as you can while keeping your heel on the floor. Make sure your core is braced, and you're just going to hold this for 30 seconds. If you want to increase the intensity of this one, what I suggest you to do is just do it on the floor. This is much harder. Now, the next joint that plays a massive role in being able to perform the pistol squat is your hips, your internal rotation, as well as your external rotation. External rotation of the hip needs to happen to be able to control and stabilize yourself in the pistol squat. It also helps with keeping your knee in line with your toe when you go down. And hip internal rotation is important for us to be able to go down as low as we can, as our hip needs to internally rotate for us to do this. Here's a quick test you can do at home. Just need a box or a bench so your feet are hovering off the floor. You're going to make 2 fists with your hands. You're going to place them inside your knees. Then you're just going to keep your thighs on the box the whole time. And to test your external rotation, you're going to bring your foot in. And then to test your internal rotation, you're going to bring your foot out to the side. And then you're going to measure the angle of this. If it's below 20 degrees on the internal rotation, it needs work. And if it's below 30 degrees on the external rotation, it needs work. If it's above these, then you are normal. If it's 50 plus on your internal and 60 plus on your external, then that is very good mobility, and perhaps it's your ankle mobility letting you down. So if you've just done that test and you think, oh God, I do really need help with my internal and external rotation of the hip, then this exercise is for you. It targets both. So you're going to start in a 90-90 position, so both knees at a 90-degree angle. Now, to make it this one easier, you can place your hands just in front of your leg, leaning forwards. You're just going to lift your back foot off the floor. You're going to hold it anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds, depending on your capabilities. And I want you to think about pushing your knee into the floor as much as you can. Then you're going to place your foot down and then you're going to lift your knee off the floor for 5 to 10 seconds. So this is working the external rotation. And then when you lift your foot off the floor, this is working the internal rotation. Then to make this one harder, you can take your hands away from the floor, come into a more upright position facing forward and do the same thing. Lift your foot off the floor, 5 to 10 seconds, and then lift your knee off the floor and tell me how that feels. It should feel a lot more intense. Roughly about 2 to 3 sets when you're starting off, and then you can build on that. So now we have figured out your mobility issues. Let's get into the exercise regressions for a pistol squat. The one that you've been all waiting for. So we're going to start at level 1. So level 1 is your TRX pistol squat. This is a great exercise to do if you have never done any kind of training, because the TRX is going to help support you and assist you to get into the pistol squat. So a few cues that I would mention is don't do what I'm doing in the video, leaning back and taking all the weight out of your leg. You want to be doing it like you were actually performing a pistol squat. So you want to keep nice and upright. And then the TRX is just there for assistance. And then you're just going to go as low as you can. You don't have to go all the way down like I'm doing. You can just go above 90 for now and then just build strength there. And then over time, your mobility is going to get better and you'll be able to go lower. Start off doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And then once that feels easy, you can move on to level 2. Level 2 is a negative 1 leg squat. So this, you need a box. And all you're going to do is lower yourself to the box. If you have a high box, it's going to be easier. And the lower you go, the harder it's going to be. And you're just going to stand up with both of your feet on the floor. So you're going to lower one leg, place your foot on the floor, and then stand up. The negative part is this, when you just work the downwards phase, and then the stand-up way is easier. This is a great exercise to do to build that strength that you need for the pistol squat. I'd start off to do 3 sets of 8 reps on each leg. Then once you found that easy, you can move on to level 3, where you're going to grab a stick and you're going to do a one-legged squat. So you're going to squat down to a box, you're going to tap it, and then you're going to stand up using the stick for assistance. And this one, you can build on it by making the box height smaller and making it easier by bringing the box higher. So depending on your level, choose the height that you feel achievable and you don't have to use the stick as much. I would stick to about 8 reps for this one as well. And before I forget to mention, guys, I have a 4-week pistol squat program, which is perfect for a beginner who can't even achieve level 1 or level 2. This plan is for you. Link is below. Get back to the video. Now we have level 4. So you're going to do a pistol squat to a certain height box. In the video, you can see I'm doing one to a high one, and I'm staying on that one leg the whole time. I'm lifting the other leg off the floor, and I'm basically doing a pistol squat, but not going all the way down. And in the video, you're seeing that I'm changing the height over the few weeks. So the first week, perhaps I go to the high box, then I go a bit lower, and then I'm going very low, as you can see in the video now. So this is a lot more challenging. So once you've got to a point where you're doing the lowest box in your gym quite comfortably for, say, 6 reps on each leg, then we are going to up the ante. So this time we're going to come to a box and we're going to do step downs. You're going to start on a low box and you're going to think about lifting your toes up to the sky and placing your heel down first. And then to make it harder, you're going to make the box higher. So focusing on putting all the weight in that one leg and then just tapping the floor and standing up. Now, if you have mastered all the ones before, you are now on to the last level. So this one is all about getting that full range. So you're going to have a box either side of you and you're going to go down as low as you can, ideally all the way down, just hovering above the floor. And then you're going to use the boxes to help you get up. This is a great exercise to do to build that range and also that strength in that range. One of the key points I will mention is that I want you to think about going down as slowly as possible and then just coming up as much as you can without the box's help. But if you need the box in the end range, then use the box. But you want to think of it as you are actually doing that pistol squat on your own and the boxes are there just in case. And there we have it. Everything you need for a pistol squat. We've done your mobility and we've done all the regressions from beginner all the way up to intermediate, where you're nearly at that pistol squat. But there is one more thing to the puzzle, and that's being able to perform the Romanian deadlift. Now, you don't need a barbell exactly, it's just the way your hips move, which is crucial to be able to go into that pistol squat comfortably. So watch this video next, guys.